I'm calling in the creator to the CEO who crave creating community and cash to create it like a boss. With me, Katrina Julia, as your host, multi-passionate entrepreneur, creator, and CEO who has walked from fear to faith, self-hate to love, corporate to calling, and continues to, with experience in 7+ industries, 7,000 plus creators and startups, 2 creators to Fortune 500 brands, including Google, NBC, Victoria's Secret, and more. If you are ready to create it like never before in faith, wellness, wealth, marketing, business, travel, and more, this is the show for you. If this is your time to have freedom in all forms as you create it like a boss, let's create it.
So welcome to a short preview of my webinar on Create a Life and Business You Love with Freedom. So definitely tune in to the full webinar in the link in the show notes. And what does freedom mean to you? So here's what it means to me. And side note, you guys, if you are not subscribed to my email list, you are missing incredibly amazing emails just like this, my Creator CEO Confessions, special promotions, my online course journey, because even though I share and repurpose content across channels, you are definitely missing out. So if you have FOMO, definitely head on over to the link in the show notes and subscribe. So what does freedom mean to you? Here's what it means to me. I've been reflecting a lot lately over the last several years on both my core values and the alignment and what freedom means to me. So my core values are faith, freedom, passion, purpose, people, profits, and community. And I have a whole other episode on that you can binge listen to on my channel, which I like to call more binge worthy than Netflix. But this episode, I'm focusing on a preview of different types of freedom and a preview of the Create a Life and Business You Love with Freedom webinar, which dives into my story, dives into different income types, dives into freedom, dives into creating a lifestyle brand, dives into my connection and alignment with network marketing, with Herbalife Nutrition, and so much more. So freedom is such a powerful word, isn't it? But beyond the word itself, it's about how we choose to live our lives every single day. And so for me, and this has been cultivated years in the making, it's freedom in location, freedom in time, freedom in expression, freedom in community, and on my way to freedom in finances. So I know many people have different journeys with freedom, and some already have financial freedom, but don't have freedom in the rest of the areas because of what they've created or allowed or accepted. And for me, years ago, I had reached 6 figures in receiving and also 6 to 8 figures in results for brands. And then many times I've gone through different roller coaster rides, and this time around, it's like I feel like the creator flipped the freedom and flipped the way I was going to get to financial freedom on its head for me to really focus on being all of me and to focus on cultivating every single area of freedom before I get to financial freedom. Because in the past, I made money 100% my God. So, freedom and location. Imagine being able to wake up anywhere in the world, whether it is a rice field in Bali, where I'm actually recording this right now and overlooking a pool with a mini water stream or waterfall, whether it's a beach in Bali or a bustling city in Europe, and feeling completely at home. For me, the freedom in location means the ability to travel, explore, and live without being tied to one place unless I choose to be. And now I'm starting to shift into, for example, exploring, possibly leasing land in Bali and building a bamboo home and center And I reached out to Bamboo You actually yesterday. I stayed at a sustainable stay twice in the last month and talked to the owner about sustainability and how he built above the rice fields and different bungalows and villas and different things. And I've started to have the desire to have a beach home in California. And those things haven't come up for several years for me. I've been absolutely living a minimalist lifestyle, both out of what my soul craved and also practical requirements and thinking outside of the box to reduce expenses in the midst of money mess, cash chaos, financial not flow, and so many different things. And freedom and location is it's also about discovering new cultures, connecting with community, meeting incredible people, and expanding your mindset. And one podcast I've also been diving deep in a lot lately is Lazy Millionaire, and I definitely relate to Amy's story of at different points that she lived a minimalist lifestyle and then shifted into abundance and a lazy millionaire lifestyle. So, freedom and time. Time is our most valuable resource. And freedom and time means having the ability to design the day our way. Whether you or I want to spend the morning waking up working on a passion project, the afternoon at a cafe, or evening with loved ones, we and I decide how to invest time. And for example, I've talked about this in recent episodes too, that in 2024, I started tracking my time on a time tracker. And I've radically changed how I shift and use my and invest my time. And I also track what I use for self-love and care and workouts and nature and adventures, and also aligning into time and creating time, and also rapidly increasing this month into so much inner work with prayer, with listening to Transformation Church series, with the Art of Manifesting Quest in Mind Valley with Regan Hillier, with the EFT Quest with Jennifer Partridge in Mind Valley, with the Course Quest and also in Mind Valley with Vishen, and so many different ways that I am ensuring my time is aligned. And freedom and expression. Freedom and expression is all about being authentically me. It's about the ability to share my thoughts, feelings, and creativity and releasing any fear of judgment. This podcast is a perfect example. My online courses is a perfect example. The webinar is a perfect example. Whether through writing, speaking, or creating, embracing the power of the written word, of the power of my voice, my perspective, my power. It's about showing up in the world as my true self unapologetically. And I know how hard that can be. And oftentimes and sometimes it's the people that are closest to us that don't necessarily often celebrate or judge or are jealous because they grew up in a different era or didn't have the courage to do so or don't have the courage to do so. And it's about setting those boundaries lovingly to protect yourself and to be safe and to choose safety from the inside out. Freedom and community. We're not meant to journey through life alone. Freedom and community means surrounding myself and ourselves with like minded and like hearted souls who uplift, support, and inspire each other. That can be obviously online and virtually, and also through things like my Creator CEO retreats, where I recently invited over 500 plus decision makers to come create with their top two creators and or with their executive teams, their marketing teams, and or human resources, because I integrate different elements of wellness, wealth, marketing, business, and travel. It's about building connection with people who share values and dreams and desires while we create a aligned, like-hearted community. And then last but definitely not least, it's freedom and finances. It's not just about having the money. It's about having the resources to create and co-create the life we envision. It's about setting up a legacy. It's about being debt-free. It's about having a positive net worth. It's the peace of mind that comes from knowing I and you may pursue our passions, purpose, people, and profits, travel the world, give back to causes that matter, that I get to help end homelessness, end cancer, help vets and battered women. One of the things I've recently done to align and accelerate this is also set reminders of manifesting and the money that I am receiving. For example, I have hourly reminders starting at 5, 6, 7 in the morning, depending on the day, until like 8 o'clock at night on the type of relationship I want to co create, the husband I desire to have, the type of faith I desire to have, the money that I've received already this month, the money that I've received already next month, the money I've received already this year. So acting already as if it's already here and I already have the money. So it shifts into not simply a desire. It's, of course it's already here because I've already been feeling and believing and aligning to the money as if it's here, and as if it's my birthright, as if I have dominion over my desires, because I do, as a child of the creator, as a child of God. And I reached 4 out of the 5 of these. So I'm right there with you as a work in process. So if you are ready to create a life and business you love with freedom and hear even more about my story, about freedom, about income types, about escaping the 9 to 5, about creating a lifestyle brand, about how Herbalife helped jumpstart all of that, and the personal development, how that is several of the income streams that I receive, how I integrate that into courses, into challenges, and even more. Join me on my free webinar where I dive deeper in the link in the show notes via the link in the show notes, as well as fitlifecreation.com/freebies, and scroll down to create a life and business you love with freedom. So let's create it. Drop a review on the show. Tag me on Instagram at Katrina Julia Fit, at Fit Life Creation. Drop your Instagram handle in the review so I can shout you out. And as always, remember, create, transform, and inspire. You are born to.